Välkommen till Y&R Restless Insider. Jag går spot for all elates spoilers, upates, and veint estenes scopes fronte John Cante Restless. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and stay updated with everything happening in Genoa City. Let's dive into today's wiki news.
In the world of the young and the restless, drama and deception go hand in hand. And if you've been following the latest spoilers, you know that Victor Newman, the mastermind behind many of Genoa City's schemes, might just be taking things to a whole new level. It seems like Victor is faking a medical setback to manipulate the people around him, and one of his targets could be none other than Kyle, Abbott, and Claire. Victor has always been known for pulling the strings behind the scenes. But now, he's taking things up a notch with a strategy that is sure to shake up the lives of those involved. Let's dive into what's going on and explore the possible reasons behind Victor's extreme actions. Victor's fake medical setback. Victor Newman is no stranger to scheming, and he's pulled off some impressive tricks in the past. But the latest twist involving his supposed medical setback could be one of his boldest moves yet. Word has spread that Victor may be faking a serious health crisis in order to gain sympathy and, more importantly, control over the people around him. Why would Victor fake a medical issue? Simple, to manipulate those he wants to control, especially Kyle, Abbott, and Claire. Victor has always been protective of his family, but when it comes to his children, he often feels the need to guide or dictate their decisions. In this case, Victor may see Kyle and Claire's relationship as something that needs to be interfered with, and he could use this supposed medical condition as a way to force Kyle into making certain decisions or choices that align with his own agenda. By faking a health scare, Victor could easily create an environment where those around him are more likely to give in to his demands. The family would rally around him, offering emotional support, and in turn, Victor could manipulate Kyle into taking actions he wouldn't normally consider, like pushing him to distance himself from Claire. Victor's motive to split Kyle and Claire. Victor has always been fiercely protective of his family, but his idea of protection doesn't always align with his children's desires. In the case of Kyle and Claire, it seems that Victor might view their relationship as a threat to his control over the Abbott family. Kyle, being a successful businessman, has a growing influence in Genoa City, and Victor knows that this influence could be a key player in the battle for power. Claire, meanwhile, could have her own role to play in the future, and Victor may see her as a potential obstacle to his plans. If Victor believes that Kyle's relationship with Claire could interfere with his control over the Abbott family or undermine his authority, he might stop at nothing to break them up. Faking a medical setback could be a way for him to get Kyle's attention, manipulate him emotionally, and make him question his relationship with Claire. By playing on Kyle's fears and insecurities, Victor could create the perfect storm to tear the couple apart. Victor might try to paint Claire as a distraction or even a liability to Kyle's future, especially if he believes that she could come between Kyle and his responsibilities at Abbott Enterprises. With Victor's connections and resources, he could use subtle pressure and emotional manipulation to get Kyle to reconsider his relationship with Claire and ultimately drive a wedge between them. Will Kyle see through Victor's manipulation? One of the biggest questions surrounding this storyline is whether Kyle will see through his father's manipulation. Kyle has always had a complex relationship with Victor. While Kyle wants to make his own choices, he's also been heavily influenced by Victor's powerful presence in his life. In the past, Kyle has often struggled with his loyalty to Victor and his desire for independence, so this manipulation could be a real test of his character. Kyle may be torn between his love for Claire and his sense of duty to his family. However, if he starts to see through Victor's scheme and realizes that his father is using his supposed medical crisis to manipulate him, Kyle could stand up to Victor and choose his own path. But will he be strong enough to resist Victor's pressure? What's next for Kyle and Claire? If Victor's plot to split Kyle and Claire succeeds, the fallout will be dramatic. Kyle and Claire's relationship could face serious challenges, and Claire might start questioning Kyle's loyalty to her. On the other hand, if Kyle sees through his father's actions and chooses to stand by Claire, It could create a major rift between father and son, ultimately shifting the dynamics within the Newman and Abbott families. The question remains, will Kyle and Claire's love survive Victor's manipulations, or will they fall victim to his cunning schemes?